Hello everyone, this is the first lesson recording for IM1, November 6, 2020. So what we are doing today, we are going to be solving equations with distribution and combined like terms. So before we do that, we're going to start with some warm-up review of function notation. So if I gave you these three problems, given this graph, what is the output of the function when input is 3? What is f of 1? And then lastly, for what value or values of x is f of x is equal to -3. Okay, so please pause the video and see if you can solve them. So let's go through the answers. What is the output? Output is really asking for what is the y value when the input is the x value. Input is 3, so the x value is 3. That means you go to the x-axis and go to 3. So that's my x when x value is 3. What is the output? That means what is the y value of the graph? It is right here. So it is 3. In this case, we have the output, the y value for this. When x is 3, y was positive 3 as well. So the output is 3. Or we can rewrite this as f of 3 is equal to 3 because the input was 3 and the output was 3. Okay, then the next question asks you what is f of 1? What is f of 1? Well, what this is same as is it's same as asking what is the output when the input is 1. It's exactly the same question. So the input in this case, instead of 3 as in the question A, it's 1. Input is 1. That means the x value is 1. So x value is 1. X value is 1 here. What is the output? What is the y value when x is 1? From the graph, this point has the coordinate of x is when x is 1, this point right here on the graph, y is 0. So we will write this as f of 1 is equal to 0. Okay? Then lastly, for what value or values of x is f of x is equal to -3. Remember f of x, that is same as the output. Okay, so it's asking you what is the input value. So it's asking you for what is the input value, that means the x value, when output is equal to -3. So the output is same as the y value, right? So output y value is -3. So y is -3. Where is y is equal to -3? That means you need to go to the y-axis. Okay, where is the -3 on the y-axis? It's right here. Okay, that means you're looking for graph when y is -3. That means it's right this point. Okay, so what is the input when output was -3? So then the input was -5. So we can write this as f of the input was -5 when output was -3. So the input was -5, or x is equal to -5. That will be your answer. Okay, great. So let's continue. All right, so let's just quickly review the function notation. Function notation, where f is the name of the function, x, the letter inside the parenthesis, x is the variable representing the input, 3x plus 5, that's the rule of the function, and f of x together, it is the output of the function. So this is the new way of representing function. The old way was y is equal to 3x plus 5. So at this point, I am going to ask you to tell me in private chat, what is the output of the function when the input is 4? Tell me, what is this asking? The input is 4. Input is 4 means the x value is 4. What is output? What is the y value when x is 4? That's what it's asking. So please tell me what you think it is. Okay, pause the video and think about that. And the answer is when the input was 4, that means the x is equal to 4. So it's asking when x is equal to 4, what is the y value? When x is equal to 4, that means go to the x-axis and find your 4. It's right here. What is the y value? It's at this point, and y value when x is equal to 4 was 5. So y was 5. That means we would write this as f of input was 4. The output when input was 4, output was 5. So f of 4 is going to be equal to 5. This is using the function notation. Okay, what about this one? Tell me in private chat, what is g of -1? Okay, so again, this is g of x, that's the name of the function. And in this case, the input is -1. So what is the output when x is equal to -1? So when x, pause the video and tell me. Okay, so then when x is equal to -1, that means go to your x-axis, find your -1, which is right here. Where is the y value? What is the y value when x is equal to -1? It's at 0. Okay, because this one has the corner, this point has the corner of -1, comma 0. That means x is -1, y is equal to 0. So when x is equal to -1, y was 0 because the vertical height of this position is 0. So that means we can rewrite this as f of -1 is equal to 0. Okay. All right. Okay, so then now please answer in private chat. What values of x is g of x is equal to 3? Okay, so remember g of x, this is referring to output, or another name for it is the y value. Okay, what is the values? Values of x, we're looking for what is the input or the x value. Okay, so we know the output in this case, or the y value, is 3. So that means we go to the y-axis and find my 3 and see where the graph crosses when x is equal to 3. Well, there are two different places. There is one spot here and another spot right there. So there are two x values, two input values when y is equal to +3, when x is -4, and when x is +5. So when x is -4, or when x is +5. So we could write this using the function notation as f of -4 is equal to 3, and f of +5 is equal to 3. Okay, this tells me when x input was -4, the output was 3. When input was +5, the output was also 3. Okay, all right, so then I'll make some quick announcements. The IM1 credit recovery class starts this Saturday. So it's an opportunity to earn passing credit for Unit 1 and Unit 2, and it starts from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock for 4 weeks. And if you have not signed up yet but are still interested, talk to me after the class. I am not sure whether it can still add you in, but we can certainly try. All right, then another important announcement. Next class, you're going to have quiz number 5. And it is going to be on combining like terms and multiplying polynomials. Remember the area model of multiplying polynomials as well as combining like terms. Which are your like terms that you can combine? So you should be very comfortable with homework number 19 and homework number 20, as well as all the lesson material. If you're not feeling confident, you should be coming to my study hall on, oh, I'm sorry, this is a typo. This should be Monday at 10:15 a.m. So I am holding a special study hall just to help you with IM1 quiz that's coming up. So that's going to be on Monday, 10:15 a.m. All right, so this is the time to play bingo. I thought it would be fun to do something fun in this class. And if you did not attend the class, I'm afraid this is not something that I can walk you through to do. So I am so sorry that you missed the fun. It would have been fun for you to be able to do this, as well as this would have given you some practice on multiplying polynomials. Okay, so this is how things work. This is all the fun that you missed. So please try to attend the class. Okay, so then let's go back to solving equations. Let's recap what we know so far. We solve by applying undo operations. Remember, whatever we do, we look at what was done to x first, and then whatever was done last to it, we try to undo it. And whatever we do, when we do undo operations, we need to do it to both sides of the equal sign. So if you have 5x plus 1 is equal to 3x plus 5, the equal sign tells me that we have a balanced scale. Okay? So 5x plus 1. So this 3x used to be on the balance scale. So we had 5 of the x's on the balance scale plus 1, that blue dot represents a unit 1. And then on the other side, we have 3 of the x's on the balance scale and plus 5 of the dots that represents the 5. But then we just took off whatever is on the both side of the equal sign. Whatever we do, we need to do it to both. We just took off the 3 of the x's from both sides here. Okay, and you took it off and it is still balanced. That's what we are doing. So solving equations, the new challenge is when you see a problem like this, p is equal to 3 times 3p plus 5 is equal to 75. What do we say that we need to do? We need to distribute the 3. Okay, so and we've done that. And so, and then you combine like terms. Okay, so I would like you to try to do these problems now. Okay, we've done similar problems before, but this time I would like you to try these problems. Okay, this will be an extension. So please pause the video and copy the questions down and solve them. Okay, and the first thing we're going to look for is to distribute. Is there anything to distribute? This number in front of a parenthesis tells me I need to distribute. That means I can simplify the right-hand side as negative 6. Remember, it's not just 6, but negative 6 gets multiplied to both 4 and to negative 6m. So negative 6 times 4 is negative 24. Now negative 6 multiplied by negative 6m. Negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 6. So that's going to be actually a positive 36. And then to that we're multiplying m. So you have 36m. And on the left-hand side, you just have 120. Okay, so then again, we see that m is first multiplied by 36 and then subtracted by 24. That means this was multiplied by 36 was the first step, subtracting was the second step. When we are undoing, we need to do the very last thing. We need to undo the very last thing first, okay? So that's like opening up the present, if you remember. Okay, so how do I undo subtract 24? I add 24 to both sides. And this goes away and this becomes 144 is equal to 36m. And for now, we need to divide both sides by 36 because 36 is being multiplied to m, which leaves me with m is equal to